So today we are going to study a very interesting chapter of maths, that is quadratic equation. Okay. So firstly I'll tell you what is quadratic equation and what are the things which will be required while dealing with this chapter. Okay. So you can see quadratic comes with a two words. Okay, that is quadratic and equation. Okay, let's talk about what is quadratic. So many people get confused that quad means 4, but here we are talking about quadratum. Okay, quadratum word is a Latin word, and from there this quad came, and quad means 2. So an equation which has the maximum power 2, that is the degree 2, will be called as a quadratic. Okay, any polynomial it can be. And now equation means there will be a equal to sign, means that particular polynomial will be equal to something, and this will be calling as a quadratic equation. Let's see what is the standard form of quadratic equation. It is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so now you can see this is the term which is most essential term for an equation to be called as a quadratic. Okay, these two terms can be missing. Okay, you can have like a example, 5x square is equal to 0. This can be a quadratic equation. Okay, but if this particular term is missing, that is x square term, that is the power 2 term is missing, then that equation cannot be a quadratic equation. Okay, let's see this. For example, equation is in this form, 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Such type of equation will not be a quadratic equation. Why? Because the degree 2 term is missing here. Then what type of equation it is? It will be a linear equation. Okay, linear equation. Why we call it a linear equation? Because when we'll be drawing the graph of this equation, it will be a straight line graph. Okay, and now we also come to know about linear equation. What is a linear equation? An equation which has the degree 1. Okay, that means the variable will be having the maximum power 1. Okay, that will be a linear equation, and quadratic equation will be having a maximum power 2. Okay, now we'll be seeing what are the various ways by which we can solve any a quadratic equation. Let's see. Basically there are three ways by which we have to solve any quadratic equation. Firstly, there is splitting method. Okay, secondly there is formula method, and thirdly there is cross multiplication method. Okay, so these are the three ways by which we can solve the roots of any quadratic equation. Okay, what are roots of quadratic equation? Let's see. As we can see, a quadratic equation will always be having a maximum power 2, that is the degree 2. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that if we are going to solve this equation, there will be two solutions. Okay, we can say there can be two possible values of x for which this equation will be satisfied. Okay, that values can be same also, that values can be different also. Okay, that values can be imaginary also. Okay, so but there will be two different solutions which somewhere you can see this solution as roots, somewhere you can see the term as zeros also. Okay, so all these will be the solutions of this particular quadratic equation. So let's write it in the standard form. It is not in the standard form because I told you what is the standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c, but here we can see one more term. So what I'll do, I'll just make it in the standard form. Let's see this. X square plus 5x plus 20 will be coming to the right hand side, it will become minus 20, so it will be minus 14 equal to 0. Now it is looking like a standard quadratic equation. Okay, so firstly, like there will be some zeros or roots of this equation, but I don't want to find the roots, but I want to find the nature of roots. Okay, so if you want to find the nature of roots, what type of roots will be? Like they will be equal, they will be imaginary, they will be like positive roots. What type of roots will be there? So we can find that by finding the value of d. What is d? D is the discriminant. And how we can tell this? We can tell this by the formula of b square minus 4ac. Okay, so what are the value of a, b, c here? We can compare this equation by the standard equation. What is the standard equation? That is ax square plus bx plus c, and we'll be getting the values of a, b and c, and we have to put those values in the discriminant formula, that is b square minus 4ac. and after that we'll be getting some values, and that value will be telling us what will be the nature of roots, what type of roots which we are going to get. Okay, so for suppose for this one you get here value of a is equal to 1 and value of b is equal to 5 and value of c is equal to -4 by comparing it with the standard equation, okay, standard quadratic equation. So we have to put these values here. You can see the value of b is 5, so b square means 25 minus 4 into a. What is the value of a here? 1, and c is -14. So we'll write here as a is 1 and c is -14. We have to simplify this. Let's see, 25 minus into minus will be plus, and 14 into 4 will be 14 to 28 and 56, so it will be 56. Okay, so now what are the solution we are getting? 61, 71, 81 here. Okay, it's fine. Yes. So what is the value of d we are getting here? D is 81. So value of d can be positive, value of d can be negative, or value of d can be equal to 0. So how we'll know the nature of roots? See, if the value of d is equal to 0, then the nature of roots will be, they will be equal and real. Okay, that means some real numbers will be getting. Okay, the solution which we are getting will be real and the roots which we are getting will be equal. For example, roots can be 5 comma 5, means both the solution will be same. If the value of d is greater than 0, then again roots will be real but different or unequal. Okay, that is, we'll be getting two different roots. Okay, like for example I'm telling you it can be 2 comma 3 minus 5 comma 6, but two different roots. Okay, but and those number will be real. And if in the third case the value of d is coming out to be less than 0, then such type of roots will be imaginary. Okay, that means we cannot tell the value of those numbers because imaginary numbers cannot be solved. Okay, so we will write that roots will be imaginary. Okay, so this is about nature of roots which we have discussed. Now let's start with the splitting method. Okay, I'll show you how is the splitting method used for solving